Why is it that people will engage with you, but they won't buy from you? Why is it that people seem to know you, to like you, and to trust you, but they won't respond quite as actively to your CTAs or calls to action that you're putting out so that they can work with you? So you probably are sensing that you do have some influence, but it's just not breaking through to that next step. Are you tracking? Do you feel that? So is it that they don't take you seriously, or do they not need your product or service? Which one is it? Well, I will tell you that I don't think it's any of those things. They do. They do take you seriously, and they do need your product or service. So here's what is actually happening. You are influential. You're just not persuasive. That's all it is. So you might be like, wait, I thought that being influential was like the top goal, that like having influence is a huge deal, if not the pinnacle of being online and working with other human beings. And you're right, it is a huge deal. You should be so proud of the people that you have, like, honestly gotten to know, like, and trust you. That's amazing. So I want to actually take a second and define what influence actually is so that there can be a lot of clarity in why things are working one way and they're not totally working how you want them to, maybe from a business perspective. So influence, it means to have capacity. Influence means to have the capacity to have an effect on the character or development or behavior of another person. Okay. Influence means to have the capacity to have an effect on the behavior, the development, the character of a person. How big of a deal is that? That is beautiful, that you can literally change lives when you have influence. Big deal. The word I want to zoom in on right now is the word capacity. Influence means you have the capacity. Now, capacity, the definition of capacity means the maximum amount that something can contain. So this is a 40 ounce Stanley cup, and the max it can contain is 40 ounces. We can all agree on that, right? This is the container. There is a capacity of 40 ounces. Now, the container, obviously, we can all agree has capacity, and that does not mean that it's full. When this container is full, that is when it is most useful. When it's empty, it just has potential. And when it comes to a social platform or wherever you might be having that influence, that amazing influence, your potential might look like tips and tricks. That's the container. You're giving people how-to information, and you're like showing them answers to the problems because you've solved problems. And this could range from anything to health tips, to baby sleep tips, to family meal tips. I mean, whatever it is that you sell, there are so many solutions that you have figured it out, and you're just showing people how to do it. And people do respond to that, right? They comment, they like it, they will thank you for it. They might even send you messages of how you've changed their life with your content. And that is all wonderful. And there's a really good chance that that response is the extent of it. Some people might be buying, but something is out of balance. The capacity feels maybe even half full. You make some sales, but something feels off. Like you could be channeling the energy much better. And I would say that you would be right about that. Okay. See, you can sense the impact potential, right? The energy potential. You're like, but I'm just half full. I can tell in my bones that if this many people are showing interest, then there's something here. Okay. So if someone thinks that even though you know that you have all this capacity, all this extent to which that you can help them, but if someone from the outside is perceiving in their mind that that 50% is all you have to offer because you've given so much away that they're thankful for it, if they walk away with only half of your capacity, it is actually hurting them more than it's helping them. Why? Because your full capacity, when someone actually works with you, when you actually have skill, when you actually have knowledge, when you can actually change someone's life from them buying from you, investing in what you do and working with you, you know, and I know that that's when you actually see their life change to completion, that they don't just get an appetizer and a snack, but they get the full course meal. It is nutritious, it is balanced. They walk away better because of you, no matter what you do. Are you tracking with me? Okay, so let's answer this question. What do you fill your potential with? Your influence potential. This is what this is. What do you fill your influence potential with? Persuasion skills, otherwise known in our world as sales skills. Sales skills and persuasion skills are really two sides of the same coin. They are family. Now, people have a lot of history, a lot of thoughts, a lot of meanings around the word persuasion and definitely sales. Okay, but let's just focus on the word persuasion for a second. Most of the time, people think that persuasion means that you are convincing someone to do something that they don't want to do so that it benefits you and it pays you and you get to go be successful while you take someone else's money. A lot of time, or like just in general, getting someone to do something they don't want to do. I persuaded them. I have persuasion. I can get them to do stuff. And that is not it at all, at least not by my standard up in here. That is not how we think about people or treat people. Okay. Persuasion, by this definition in this room right here, me and you, persuasion means that you guide someone with empathy and with understanding into a decision, a powerful decision that is best for them because they want the outcome that you provide. And I'll give you some examples in a second. But think about it. You guide someone, you show them the way with empathy. You see where they're at and you pull them out of the water. You understand the place that they're in because you've listened. You know where they are. Okay. And you guide them into a decision to change their life. And you know what's best for them because they've told you, they've shown to you that they want the outcome that you provide. So people with empty influence, all this potential, but it's just maybe half full or it's down here. They assume that because people are dipping their toe in, they're liking, they're commenting, they assume that they know how to take action and they know what's best for them. And if they wanted it, that they would buy it. And there must be something wrong with you, or maybe they just don't want your offer, or maybe your offer's not good enough, and all these things. And I don't know exactly what your offer is, but I can almost guarantee you, of all the students I have worked with and coached and trained, that is just not true. They do need it. Okay. So your content, your beliefs, the things that you invite them into, all the things that you are trying to do, you can replace all those things, right? The content, the beliefs, all of the calls to action that you want to make or are making, you can do them in a way where you are persuading someone for their good. You see the potential in their life. Okay. You see their capacity and how much better their life can be if only they fully understood. And that's what persuasion is. Persuasion means that you are guiding someone through to completion, a decision that is best for them, that will fill their cup. Okay, this is so good. So what this does, I'm going to draw you a real demonstration. What this does is it moves you, if you are getting engagement of really any level, maybe it's through DMs or all the engagement examples we've used on any channel. It does not matter what channel it is. This is a people thing. It's an energy thing. So if you have all of this energy, it's just traveling, and people are like, yay, like heart, energy, yay, right? Like it's all this good stuff all over the place. And maybe even it's like maybe it's even chaotic. Like it's kind of fun how chaotic it is, right? Like one reel goes viral, then another goes viral, and your YouTube goes viral, like whatever it is. You have all this energy around you. And a lot of times people with influence, they mistake this for the true impact that they can and should be making. So what does persuasion do? What persuasion does, if you're guiding someone through to completion, you're guiding someone into a decision that's best for them. What persuasion does, I'm going to use a different color, is it really channels it. You create a channel where you say, hey, I know you're looking that way, but based on what you told me, let's look this way. Let's look this way. Let's look this way. And this way is toward their payoff. Okay. So all the things that they like about you, that they love, that they feel, you can channel that in a way that's directed toward the payoff you provide as a professional. Okay. Because as fun as it is to be the online BFF, and that's totally great, you can also be the online professional that is friendly and truly helps people by guiding them. So what this hinges on, I will say, persuasion can channel energy all day long. And this process relies on you believing, not just them believing that the payoff is possible and that guiding them into a decision is possible and good for them. It relies on you believing it. You saying beyond the shadow of a doubt, if someone were to wake you up in the middle of the night, you say, yes, I can change their life with this. Yes, I'm the best at this. Yes, I know I can help somebody. I know I can. See, you must believe that when someone buys from you, when they work with you, when they link arms with you, that you can actually help them. Okay. And when you do believe that, you know you can add value to someone's life in a transformational way, you start to take ownership that it is your obligation to help them. And you are doing important work when you do so. Okay. Whatever it is, people start to get really judgy about themselves, especially women, based on what industry they're in. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples to demonstrate how it is your obligation when you know you can help somebody. We have an inner circle member right now. She helps families of children with autism have a more peaceful, confident, clearly communication home. Like, for example, people whose child is nonverbal because of autism can actually start to speak at the dinner table. They can actually ring the doorbell and say, trick or treat. Like, they actually can start talking because of the work she does. What? Like, are you kidding me? She's already successful. She has influence. She even has a school where she helps these kids and these families. She does over $1 million a year. And she wants to take all that impact, all that potential that's in the air that people love her for, and channel it. Channel that influence with persuasion so that she can help the people who need her most, the very most. She is not content with helping the amount of families she's helping. She said, there are more people. I can reach more people in more ways if only this influence capacity I already have was full with persuasion. So every process, everything online is full with guiding someone to help them. And think about it. When you know that you can help someone, some family that way, it is your obligation. Don't you feel like it is her obligation to sell that? If you needed it, wouldn't you be so glad that a professional who can actually help you sold that to you, persuaded you in that direction? Not just gave you a quick tip and an appetizer, but truly saw your results through to completion in your life truly, truly changed, right? So we have another student in a totally different industry. She sells fashion styling services. So she helps entrepreneurs and moms and women just really come to life in their confidence by the way that she styles for their body type and even their skin complexion, puts the right colors on their body. Now, the outcome that she gets for people is that they're more certain in their life. They walk with their shoulders back, no matter what they're wearing. They seem more confident, more sure of themselves. And that trickles into how they parent, how they do work, how they go to the grocery store, how they smile at people, all because they are certain of themselves. They can overflow and hand that love and certainty over to someone else. Now, when she came to us, she was already also doing over $1 million a year. She was like a top fashion stylist in her industry. What she noticed was that her content was getting more traction than ever. And so some of that was converting into sales, just like the numbers game. I couldn't tell you for sure what the ratio was, but everyone has an average, right? So if you're getting a ton of traction, you're going to get some, right? You're probably going to get some sales. But she noticed, why is my content better than ever? Why am I working harder than ever? But the sales are not, the ratio feels off. Something is off. And she was right. So then she learned how to channel the energy of excitement, of interest, of people dipping their toe in. And she learned how to persuade that guides people into an action. And now she can get someone on the phone and close them left and right. Okay. Because that's what they want. They literally want to walk with their shoulders back. Okay. So whatever payoff I want you to actually write down, what are all the results that people could have when they work with you? Get excited about that and think, how can I start to channel that directly with them? Okay. See, no matter how far you are on your journey of influence and how influential you believe you are, you might not believe you're influential at all, but you are. Okay. So when you know that you can like get people on board with your idea, or at least it's worth getting people on board with your idea, and that I want you to know that if you believe you can help them, you have every right to sell it. You have an obligation to help somebody, and you can be so proud of the work that you do, and you can be so proud compensated for it when so many other people are ashamed to sell it. You're actually helping someone add value into their life and get a better result. So you can feel your impact potential with persuasion, and you get to watch their life change, and yours, as you guide them through this, it will also change and expand in the process. So I will see you in the next video. If this helped you at all, you can subscribe to the channel. There's so much more where this came from. And if you want to leave a comment and tell me what did help, what didn't help, how I could clarify, you will get more videos to let you know how to make more sales, how to have better persuasion, and to do it all while feeling really, really good.